A young woman floating in the water, her hands open, her face calm. Yet there's something unsettling about this scene. This is Ophelia, painted by John Everett Millais in 1851. At first glance, it's a beautiful and poetic image, but behind it lies a tragic story of love, obsession, and sacrifice. Millais was part of the Pre-Raphaelite Brotherhood, a group of artists who wanted to capture nature with extreme realism. For Ophelia, he wanted every detail to be perfect. The setting was painted outdoors by a river, but for the figure of Ophelia, he needed a model. And the woman who would become Ophelia's face was Elizabeth Siddal, a striking young woman with long, flowing red hair. Millais had her pose in a bathtub filled with water, lit by candles underneath to keep it warm. But here's where the story takes a dark turn. The candles went out, and no one noticed. Elizabeth lay in the freezing water for hours, too dedicated to the role to complain. She later fell seriously ill with pneumonia, nearly dying for the sake of art. Her father was furious and demanded Millais pay for her medical bills. But Elizabeth Siddal wasn't just a model. She was also the muse, and later the wife of another pre-Raphaelite painter, Dante Gabriel Rossetti. Their love story was passionate, but filled with turmoil. Tragically, years later, Elizabeth died of an overdose, suspected to be suicide. Rossetti, heartbroken, buried his poetry manuscripts with her body. But in a bizarre twist, he later had her grave exhumed to retrieve them. Some say her beauty remained untouched, even in death. But why does this painting feel so haunting? Ophelia is based on Shakespeare's Hamlet, where Ophelia, devastated by her father's murder and Hamlet's rejection, descends into madness. She sings to herself as she drifts in the water, unaware of her impending death. Some see her as a victim of circumstance, a woman whose fate was sealed by the men around her. Millais captures the moment right before she sinks beneath the water, her face peaceful, her hands open, as if surrendering to fate. The flowers floating around her aren't just decoration. They have hidden meanings. The poppies symbolize death, the daisies represent innocence, and the violets, scattered around her, stand for unfulfilled love. Even the willow tree bending over her suggests forsaken love, echoing Ophelia's final tragic descent. It's a masterpiece of beauty and sorrow, a painting that immortalized a tragic figure, and the woman who brought her to life. So next time you look at Ophelia, remember, it's not just a painting. It's a story of obsession, sacrifice, and a tragic love that still echoes through art history.